writing a letter to say I have no interest in the property or that I don't want any interest in the property. No, baby love. Welcome to Nisian's Journal, your cozy corner of the internet where creativity, curiosity, and personal growth come to life. From journaling and self reflection to lifestyle tips, creative expression, and everyday inspiration. This channel is all about embracing the journey. Subscribe and join Nisian as she documents life's moments, shares meaningful insights, and builds a beautiful, intentional life, one journal entry at a time. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, a warm welcome to you. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the timeline it took my husband and I to acquire land in Jamaica. So I am a part-time nurse and Ryan is a full-time pharmacy technician. And we both decided we wanted to buy a piece of Jamaica. Personally, I always wanted to move back to Jamaica. I don't know when it's going to happen. Right now, life is a little tight. But as long as we can make these small steps, I know that I don't have to do it later on. I want to get it done now. Even if I don't move back to Jamaica, my biggest thing is that Azalea has a choice of whether she wants to live in the United States or she wants to live in Jamaica. I'm glad that Ryan and I are able to give her that option at this time in her life. And she's only 6, so she have a long time to go. Anyways, we're going to be talking about the timeline, and before my mind starts stray from that, let's jump right into it. We started looking at properties in the early part of 2024. I don't think it was in the new year, but little bit, I would say Easter, we started to take it a little bit serious. Ryan's mom and her husband was a big help in driving around and looking at properties for us because we're not on the island, so we're not able to go there and see it ourselves. Mind you, some people have preference, so if you are somebody that is able to go back to Jamaica and look at it, I would say do that because it is best for you to see what you want to buy. I think we just trusted his mom and her husband to go and look at the property for us. And we were getting pictures and we were also getting videos of the properties that we will find online. And we will see the pictures of that, but then they will drive to the property and actually look at it for us. They looked at multiple properties and they were also working with a guy that was taking them around in Mandeville, and he kind of knew the areas and knew like if it's a safe. Well, nobody don't really know how safe something can be if you're not living in there, but like he would give us an idea of what the community was like. And remember, Jamaica always have a little bit of hustle on the side. So this person was not a realtor; he was actually working with a realtor. And when you are using that person, them are gonna need them pay too. So if we had gone with properties that he had shown us, or if we had secured something through him, he was coming at a percentage. Just be mindful of that when you are using somebody that is not a realtor. Remember, say them I forget then cut too. Okay. The property that we liked, we actually found it in August, and I think it was posted in summer. So it was like still pretty early, and we found it on Sagicor Properties. However, I had a realtor anyways, so I was working with my friend. So when we found it, we were able to reach out to her and everything. So we got an address of where the property actually is, and we were able to get his mom and her husband to go and look at it. When we saw the offer or what they wanted for the property, it was in a nice community, and we just decided to just go with the offer. We didn't want to lowball and miss our chance because we really liked the property. And trust me, we saw a bunch. Okay. On August 29th, I sent in all the requested documents to the bank. So they received all the documents on August 29th. The first bank we reached out to was actually JN. And the reason why we reached out to JN was because my friend knew somebody there and I wanted the process to be simple, or so I thought. When we were going through this process, especially the employment income verification. My job stated that I was pool, so I work basically when I want to work. However, my current schedule is a Saturday and Sunday schedule. They couldn't put it as part time, and I get it because of the way it's set up or how it was written. And JN ended up having an issue with that. So when JN had an issue with developing the pre approval letter, we ran into that, and I was wondering if my job could change the wording or whatever, but it couldn't change. And therefore, at that time, I could not be on the pre approval letter. And September 9, 2024, I was told that they cannot use my thing due to my employment because I am pool, and they will see the maximum that Ryan can get. And I was a little bit heartbroken because I was like, okay, hopefully this will still work out, right? Once she got everything in, she told me that she drew up the letter, she sent it to me, and Ryan was pre approved for $30 million. And this was at our interest rate of 9.85. At the time, I asked her about the interest rate, if it fluctuates, because ours are fixed here with our mortgage over here. So maybe just query like how it worked down there. And she was like, at this time, there was no fixed rate. Therefore, we have a possible fluctuation. Remember, on the 30 million, we are borrowed because we just are borrowed for buy land. Okay. On November 13, I got forms to open an account. During this process, the agent said Ryan name alone will be on the title and I can be added later. So I'm going to input a video here when I got that text message and how I felt.
I just wanted to do this video real quick to input that this is the day after we found out that I cannot be on the title for the property, and I didn't get any good sleep last night. We are working with a different loan officer right now, and I only can pray and hope that he works out something, because in all honesty, giving up my rights to the property, knowing that we're doing it together, is just something that I don't feel well with, and even Ryan don't feel right with it either. So I cry yesterday, I cry, but I tell myself say it about work out, and if it don't work out, it was just not for us, and that's me I look penny. Either way, this is the morning after, and although I never get much sleep, I go wake up and try to do everything that I need to do to move forward. So that includes sending over the document for the new loan officer and kind of trying to see how best we can rectify the situation. If it can't be rectified, maybe this was not for us and we have to take our loss, lap with tail through between our legs, and keep it pushing.
What I like about over here is that when you're applying for anything, they not just give you required documents. They're gonna tell you how much we have finance, how much this, how much that, how much de la 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 la. Then kind of list out everything when you go in. So you're not really necessarily a go in blind. And sometimes I feel like, and this is not just with JN, sometimes I feel like with the bank them at Jamaica, you kind of go in blind. Like something is always amiss. So me kind of literally did a crash out. Like me call Shazzan and me really did start cry because we already do all these documents and send off to the lawyer with PA feet for be notarized and all of these things. So me did literally in a one little crash out phase. So me did kind of ask her, say, okay, if you put me as unemployed, if that would have worked. She said no, it not work. So me did start ask Shazzan, say, hey, you know anybody else? You know anybody else? Because basically she has said to me, say, me can get added on later. And because we did already do the transfer of sales, she was basically saying that me have to take off my name off it. And my name can go be on the title or whatever. And in order for me to take my name off the transfer of sales, I would have to write one letter saying that I want nothing to do with the property. And I say, ¿por qué? ¿Cómo? Because what you mean? Writing a letter to say I have no interest in the property or that I don't want any interest in the property. No, baby love. That Nana cook well with me and then Nana cook well with Ryan either. Somebody go talk to my lawyer about it and she literally say, yeah, talk to the bank agent again and see if she can work out something. But however, the bank lady said that is just the rule. So me did start crash out again and me start scrape for every single bank when I could have scrape for. So me ended up looking up asking my friend about Scotia. So she said she know one guy at Scotia. So she called the guy and the guy basically said they don't give loan for land. If it was a house, yeah, but they don't give loan for land. So that they kind of end there. So, and I remember, I think we did go back at Jamaica, or we did go at Jamaica. At the time when we got Jamaica for the look on the land for the first time, this process and everything did start already. So we did a go Jamaica for the look on the land for the first time. And when we saw the land, and the survey and everything, put the pegs and everything, we did think it did broader, but it's a good size property. But we did think say broader. And but it was very long. So that was a good thing. It's a long property. And but we were still happy with it because the community was really, really nice. It is a nice community. And we were going to Sagicor. I think we look on the property in a Mandeville and then we go back Sagicor in a Ochi to see if we could get like the process started all over again with them. And when we walk in, I was not dressed the best, okay? I am not a dressy person. And rain was falling in Ochi. I did have on my water boots, I have on my very old knapsack, and one t-shirt and one pants. And Ryan did dress good. Ryan did dress fine. And when we go in, we go to customer service and we talk to the lady and explain the situation and say, hey, we're in the process of buying a property. However, we want to see if we could get like a loan from you guys for land. And she said, hold on 1 minute. Mind you, Sagicor Bank was not that full. It never full. And the people them where did they over on the side where we eventually did over there chat and I socialize and I laugh and I eat breakfast and all these things. So the girl went over there. She talked to somebody first. I yesterday kind of moved in chair and peek out and look pan we. And I guess she said no. So the girl got to somebody else and the person looked and they said no. And then the person got to somebody else. Then they take away. So when the girl come back, I was like, all right, look, we're kind of in a one bind because we are fly out tomorrow and we just want to speak to somebody so we can at least get the process started. She said, all right, hold on. And she go back to somebody else. The person agreed to see us. So she come back and tell us, hey, just have a seat. Them I'll call you when they're ready. We sit on there, I wait, and the girl eventually come. When she come in now and talk to we sit down and talk to her. And she's like, oh, we need these details. I said, babes, I have all of that right here. So in my email, we can send them straight to you. I'm gonna make sure sit down at the bank with my patient self. I'm gonna send off every document when I send to JN, everything, because it did still in the time frame. I send off everything to them in that chair. Only thing we never have is the most recent W2. I sit down and go on IRS website in a them bank and download it and send it to her in front of her. I said to her, I said, how long this I gonna take? And she said 7 days. I said, all right, cool. We'll leave tomorrow, but this is my number, this is my email. She have my email. I think me did send her my number, or she give me her card with her number, and I had her number through WhatsApp so we can communicate. You know, when you look for 7 days come and you kind of just, wait. I'm a wait for the 7 days because even on the 6th day, I did say, mega message her. I said, no, 7 days. I wait on the 7 days. The 7 days come, reach out to her, no answer. So I said, all right, cool. Maybe go to busy. So I wait until like another day, message her, no answer. Call her, no answer. Send her an email, no answer. She messaged me like 5 days after because the weekend passed, 5 days after. And she was like, oh, I was sick. I'm working on it. I will get it to you by the end of the week. I was ghosted. I was ghosted. So Sagicor ghosts me. And at that moment, my lawyer was like, hey, look, you have this amount of days to get this done. Somebody feel like I want to throw up. And now me I talk about him, even feel sick. But anyways, reach out to Shazzan again and we are trying to go through the works. And she was like, but wait, we have a high school friend that's supposed to work at VMBS. And I was like, okay, which high school friend that? And we there jog each other memory. And then we remembered. Then she remembered, not me. She remembered and she reached out to him. And then she reached out to him, she reached out to me. And we immediately got into communication and started talking. And this was on November 14. November 14, 2024, reached out to our high school mates, Basil, and I sent him all of the documents. At this time, we have less than 39 weeks, 39 days, less than 39 days to secure a loan. I had some issues separating our income, but eventually it worked out using the IRS website, big up IRS. Anyways, work that out. And on November 26th, I received email from JMMB for open accounts. December 2nd, loan was processing. December 3rd, letters addressed to JN needed to be changed to JMMB because that's all our stuff them did in. December 5th, we received the comfort letter. November 14 is when we did send my friend the thing. And he did my stuff in days. I mean, he was back and forth with me. Like we were back and forth. We were back and forth. Like, okay, me not see this, send this, I'm sending. At one point, I did the all day at Disney. I made have to stop in the middle with having fun with Azalea, and I look for documents and I send. Wait, me did send this. Wait, me never send this. Okay, and in the middle of that, me did here and me I send off all these documents to him. So me put in as much work as he did because every time he wanted something, me make sure me jump on it. If he never available, it'll go the next day. Okay. But me jump on it. But December 5th is when we received the comfort letter addressed to the seller lawyer. December 17, 2024, we got the go ahead to sign up for accounts online. So then we were able to sign up the account where we're going to pay with mortgage through. January, they had to do job verification for both of us. And then that was completed. And then on January 13, documents was sent to us via mail to sign. When they send the documents to me, it was so much. But you know what I like about Tessan at JMMB? Tessan made sure that she had little notes written in pencil of where you're supposed to, where you're not to sign. She also tagged where we're supposed to sign. And in pencil, she'd leave us little notes about what to put wherever to make it easier for us. So big up yourself, Tessan. Because when we did see that packet, we did overwhelmed, very overwhelmed. But we were able to know where we're supposed to sign, what we're supposed to put somewhere, and she made it easy. In layman terms, she made it easy for us. January 16, receive documents and sign them and send them back to JMMB via mail. Okay? And then around this time, we paid the processing fee. Bank was preparing to do site visit. Before they can release any money, the bank agent have to actually, or the personnel have to go and look to make sure it's a real property. February, our loan was approved. Our loan was approved. Got that letter of undertaking, said JMMB agree if we take over our loan. March, we got a copy certificate of title endorsed in our name, and all the transfer documents were submitted for disbursement. That was a mouthful. That was a mouthful. Anyways, we are grateful that this process went how it was supposed to go, and we didn't feel like, say, we at some points me feel like me did a drown. At some points it feel like I was left in the dark about certain things, especially when we were going to the different banks and trying to get a loan. you see all these things all the time. They must say buy back Jamaica, and we are encouraging Jamaicans to buy land, and we're encouraging Jamaicans to do this and Jamaicans to do that. And honestly, me don't know if I incompetence with some of the people them will work at some of the bank, or maybe they are just not sure of the process, and maybe there is somebody in the bank guiding them, or why they move how they move, but sometimes they're not giving you the whole picture of something. When I was working with Basil and Tessan at JMMB, French kiss. Mwah. Sometimes we did have like a headache with certain things, but at the end of the day, Tessan rectify it. Basil got all my documents to her, and she was on it, like when I say fly pan rice. That doesn't sound right. But anyways, Basil was able to gather all my documents, process them, and send them off to her, and made it happen. And now we are landowners in Jamaica. And it is, oh, it was an interesting journey, but I wish everyone is able to acquire something of their own. It is hard, it is frustrating, it is a lot of paperwork, but as long as you're ready to put in the work, you will get what you need to get out of it. I am so grateful for Shazzan. I am so grateful for Basil. I am so grateful for Tessan. I am I am grateful. I am so happy that this process is done. I don't want to do it again. But maybe I have to do it again. But I don't want to do it again. Anyways, I'm grateful that it's over with and we have what we have, and we are able to own something in Jamaica. Don't let don't let my little stories hinder you guys. There's actually good people out there that want to help, and me know some asked Tessan whole heap of stupid question, but she answered them. She answered them. And when my anxiety that kick off, and me send her a voice note about something where did that take too long, or it take long, or it doesn't, or me send her some little emoji, and with some looking eyes like, me not hear from you. So she answered all of my questions, and me know so sometimes working with Jamaicans, it make some Jamaicans will make you feel like say I beg them when you pay for the services. Me glad say JMMB never made me feel that way. Made me feel comfortable working with them, and I didn't have any issues with the persons that got me to where I needed to get what we got. So yeah, I'm going to say we started the process in August 2024, and we completed the process in February 10, 2025. So September, October, November, December, January, February. So it took us 6 months to purchase property in Jamaica, and it took a lot of work. Anyways, thank you so much, guys, for watching, and you have a wonderful day. Bye.